Good evening, everyone, and welcome. It's, I gotta say, a little strange to be back up here. Mr. Snyder and I, this is Michael Snyder. You're gonna get to hear him play piano. Let's give Michael Snyder a round of applause. We were chatting beforehand about, we did the math. It has been 1 year and 20 days since we were on this stage. Can you believe that? Some of my juniors and seniors, it feels like time flew by. It also feels like a decade. So here we are, and we finally get to have a concert. And hello to all of you at home. We have a lot of folks checking in with us on the live stream via YouTube. So I wanted to make sure that all of you have the important information about the new technology that we're using here. One thing is, we don't have paper programs. You probably heard my infomercial beforehand. So if you go to program.gcachoirs.com, you can see it, and you can pull it right up there on your phone. We do suggest, since phones create a little bit of ambient glow, maybe look at it in between each of the pieces and try not to, just be courteous of the people around you if you're using a device. And then also, if you have somebody at home who's saying, I want to watch the live stream, and they're texting you, I don't know where it is, how do I find that? gcachoirs.com is our website. And right there on the front page of the website, it's streaming right now. They can see us up here ready to sing. So if they go there, they'll be able to watch us. Behind me is our first choir, the lovely ladies of Belle Shantizu. That is a French title for beautiful singers, and they're going to sing some beautiful music for you. Our first song this evening comes to us from our fall virtual concert. How many of you joined us for our virtual concert? Students, I know you did. Nice, look at that. We got a lot of familiar faces out there. So this is a piece that we did in our virtual concert, and you might think, well, why do it again? I have to say, from the experience we've had now in the classroom, it's been a real benefit to be able to take a song that we already learned separately and come together in person and really work on, balance and blend and listening to each other in a live situation. So this is The Tide Rises, The Tide Falls, and it features each section of the choir. You can really hear them stand out. So we got to learn all that balancing and blending. Please enjoy Victor C. Johnson's arrangement of The Tide Rises, The Tide Falls.
The tide rises.
So proud of them. It really is a kind of a unique experience I've never had before of taking something you've learned in this digital sort of format and turning it into real live music. Can you believe it? Real live music. So next is a new piece we've been working on. This is called The Road Not Taken. And if that sounds familiar, it's because it's a very popular poem. This was part of our composer project. So starting in January, when we came back for second semester, we began this composer project where each of the students in all the choirs chose a favorite song of theirs. Many of them chose pop songs, and they had to decompose the song. They had to work backwards and figure out how the song was made. And it really taught an appreciation for our music theory that we learn, and it taught an appreciation for how composers make these songs. So this song, we've been working on that understanding of how songs are composed, right? And then, yesterday in class, we got to meet the composer of this song. Her name is Ruth Elaine Schramm, and she lives in Alabama. So she got on an airplane and came all the way here. No, just kidding, she didn't. We used this magical thing from the Corona times. It's called Zoom. Ooh, some of you have heard of this, yes. So we got to Zoom with the composer. It was great. She was up on the screen, she got to hear us sing, and it was just fantastic. So I'm going to let Ruth Elaine Schramm introduce this song. We made a little recording of that exchange between the choir and the composer, and she's going to tell you how she feels about the song.
Hello, I'm Ruth Elaine Schramm. I am the arranger of The Road Not Taken, which is the beautiful Robert Frost poem and my setting of the music that this choir is going to perform for you tonight. When I write an original song or when I set a lyric written by someone else, I try to make the melody and the music express as closely as possible what the words are saying. One of the students asked me a question today about that very thing, and she had very astutely noticed that when I approached the words, "Two roads diverged in a yellow wood," she said, "Your melody was unison, and then it parted, just like that picture of the two roads diverging." And this is exactly what I try to accomplish when I set a poem with the words. Just try to make the music and the words match as closely as possible. I hope that you enjoy my setting of The Road Not Taken and the beautiful performance by this choir who's worked so hard under Mr. Gibson's direction. Thank you.
Just beautiful and artful and poetic. Absolutely, absolutely amazing. I probably could close my eyes and convince myself that those are not 7th and 8th graders standing in front of me. They sound absolutely mature and just a beautiful choral tone. But that's not all they can do. They can have fun too. And we're about to do that. So this is technically our 3rd quarter concert in the 4th quarter. If you're not confused, I don't know where you've been for the last like 13 months because that's how everything is nowadays, right? But our 3rd quarter concert is always a concert that features some jazz music. Not only by our special jazz choir, the Advanced Vocal Ensemble, but each of the ensembles has a jazz piece. So that's what you're about to hear. This is a swing song called Tuxedo Junction. Has a lot of attitude, and it's been recorded by artists like Ella Fitzgerald, Duke Ellington, and even made a #1 hit by the Glenn Miller Orchestra. I know you're all pulling out those Glenn Miller Orchestra vinyls at home, right? That's what we do in our spare time. Okay, maybe not. That might be a generation before us. This also features a scat section. Scat singing is something unique to jazz music, where vocalists decided to emulate instrumentalists. So basically the girls are going to sound kind of like trumpets. There's not real words, they're just kind of making it up. This is Tuxedo Junction by Mac Huff. Enjoy. Up next is our men's choir, Lacones. Come on down, men's choir. Look at that, they're on it, they're ready to go. You'll notice that each of our choirs has very creative names. I can't believe I'm having a little walk down memory lane here. This is my 8th year as a Spartan. And so it was 8 years ago that we came up with these names. So you just heard Belle Shantizu. Oh, thank you, yeah, 8 years. It goes by in a heartbeat. So Belle Shantizu, they have a French name. This choir, Lacones, their name is Latin. Very appropriate for our school. All of you high schoolers and junior hires have all been through Latin before. So the name Lacones actually means Spartans in Latin. and they're going to sing 3 songs for you as well. Wait for those girls to get their seats so they can be concert etiquette and nice and quiet, right, Belle Shantizu? Right, there they go. Okay. So up first is similar to what you just heard from the young ladies, a piece that we learned in the fall. We even have some new members of our choir who had to learn the song even though the other guys already knew it. And this song is called The Dawn's Awake. It features some rich harmonies where, believe it or not, the tenors, wave tenors, they're all over there. The tenors split up into 2 parts, and the basses, wave basses, they're over there. They split up into 2 parts. You get some 4-part harmonies in this song, which is just amazing for a choir of young men. These are 7th graders, 8th graders, and freshmen, and they'll be performing The Dawn's Awake by Laura Farnell. I just love men singing together. It's a good time. Next is our song that's part of that composer project that we did. This is a song called Journeyman's Song, and we got to meet Dr. Braden Ayers, and he told us all about how he composed this song, and he gave the guys some really great encouragement. It was an awesome workshop that he did. Unfortunately, the audio from our Zoom meeting turned into a bunch of garbly-gook, so I'm sure some of you have dealt with technological issues. I figured instead of subjecting you to that crackly sound, I would just read for you what he said. So this is what Dr. Ayers said about this song. I composed a piece that you're about to hear, Journeyman's Song, back in 2015 during a difficult period in my life. This is a song of empowerment which speaks to the universal story of hardship and also talks about overcoming those challenges to become the best version of yourself. I'm very grateful to Mr. Gibson and the Spartan Choirs for singing this piece. I hope you enjoy Journeyman's song. I know we all got to meet him at the beginning of the concert too, but I gotta give some love to Michael Snyder for that one. That was a handful. Michael Snyder. It was kind of cool for him to be in the classroom and get to meet these composers too, and ask them, say, so did you expect me to have 11 fingers in that measure? Some of those are they're a lot of fun. Okay, up next is our jazz song. So now we get to Boogie Woogie. This is another swing jazz standard that's been sung by many great artists. A few of them are Tony Bennett, Judy Garland. Now I know some of you should know who she is. And even inspired a toe-tapping dance arrangement by the greatest Fred Astaire. This is Steppin' Out with My Baby. So our next choir, they picked the most unique name. Cantate is pretty much unanimous, or synonymous, I suppose, in Latin and Spanish, probably Italian too. It just means sing. And that's what they do. They sing, and they sing well. So Cantate is our freshman and sophomore ladies, and they're coming up as soon as we avoid this traffic jam back here. They're going to sing 3 songs for you as well. And you probably figured out the lay of the land here. Our first song that we're performing is And So I Sing, which came from our fall concert. And as they're coming up, I'm going to brag about them. Here they come. We got back from winter break, and it was January, and we kind of looked around, and we went, oh, what? Some people decided that they're going to go to Global Academy. Some people decided to come from Global Academy. You know how it's been. Everybody's just kind of moving around, like moving chess pieces, right? And we started to do a little head count of, okay, well, now that we're all here in person, who sings first soprano? And they were all like, that's me. Who sings alto? That's me. Who sings second soprano? There are only 3 second sopranos in this choir. And that first day I went, oh, okay, well, maybe we can get some altos or some first sopranos to convert or something. And those girls were like, no, we are going to sing second soprano, and the 3 of us are going to be the loudest, proudest trio. Now, I won't tell you which 3 they are, but they're amazing. In this song, you can really hear it, all 3 parts, even though there's a bit of an imbalance that in a perfect year might not happen. So this is And So I Sing by Christy Jones. Please enjoy. Telling you, I'm a lucky guy. I'm just grateful. Grateful to be here in front of you making music. Grateful to be able to do this and do this safely. It's really, it's an honor. And I appreciate you all putting in your work. And you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Okay. Up next is a song that features cello. So come on out. You're going to get to hear a cellist on this. The lyrics of this song are by Charles Anthony Silvestri. If any of you are like registered card-carrying choir nerds like me, you probably know this guy named Eric Whitaker. He composes a lot of, I found some choir nerds. Eric Whitaker and Charles Anthony Silvestri are like best buddies. He writes the words, Eric Whitaker writes the music. Now, this is not a song composed by Eric Whitaker, it's composed by Andrea Ramsey, and this was part of our composer project. She was out of town all of March, so she was not able to Zoom with our young ladies yesterday, but we still love the song. It uses an earthly imagery to capture the mysterious mystery of the divine heavens. So finding heaven in more uncommon places, like, these are part of the lyrics, in the vast expanses of the universe and in the smallest interstitial spaces of cell and atom. I can see why Charles Anthony Silvestri is making big bucks. So this beautiful poetry was expertly set by Dr. Andrea Ramsey, and she makes use of tempo changes and tonal shifts to capture the imagery of the lyrics. And through it all, the choir is almost in this dialogue with the cello. And tonight we'll have Jacob Gailey joining us on cello for Andrea Ramsey's Heaven Unfolded. Jacob. Fantastic, awesome. You might have heard a little solo in there too. That was Hope. Good job, Hope. Our last song from Cantate. Oops, gotta flip it over. Two-sided page. Last song is our jazz song, and as I said, this kind of became the micro mini wonder choir that shrank a little bit over the year. But let me tell you, our talent did not shrink because this is the one song. Well, I guess there's one other one by Advanced Vocal Ensemble. Okay, it's one of two songs that has 4 soloists. You're gonna hear 4 soloists in this song. This is Blue Moon, very, very well-known jazz standard, performed by many artists, Frank Sinatra, Billie Holiday, Elvis Presley. This song features Ella Yorey, and then Mac Chadbourne, and then Sarah Butler, and Hope Cooper. And Sarah gets to take a scat improv solo. So this is Blue Moon. Soloist. Fantastic, absolutely amazing. I have to admit, oh, yes, you don't have to stand there awkwardly. I have to admit that's a little bit self-serving that I teach all these choirs the sort of nuances of jazz, because what you're about to hear next is a jazz-only choir. We put a sign on the door. No pop allowed. Okay, not true. We do some pop too. Come on down, Advanced Vocal Ensemble. This is going to be a little bit of sound setup. Kind of a new experience. Let's see from our students. I think a lot of the 7th graders and 8th graders who maybe didn't have a concert this time last year might not have seen this group. How many of you have never seen advanced vocal perform with the microphones? Let me see, where's it? Yeah, a bunch of these 7th graders back here, a bunch of these. This is a really, really cool experience. So this choir, each of the students has their own mic because that's kind of more true to the style of jazz, so that they can all be amplified and their diction can kind of stick out without having to sound, you know, overly classical. So we're gonna get things set up here. Thanks to Alex Kokona, my sound man down there, way from the pit, Alex. He's running all the sound. And thank you to Damon and to Justin up there in our sound booth. There they are. They're helping keep our sound here in the house and then also send it out to all our friends on YouTube. So this is Advanced Vocal Ensemble. We're gonna get set up real quick.
There it is.
Microphone number 2. This is microphone number 2. Microphone number 2. This is microphone number 2. It's coming through. There it is.
Mic 3, mic 3. This is mic 3, mic 3, mic 3.
He has to do it to everything with
Mic 4, this is microphone number 4. I am on mic 4. Wow, there's some noise coming out of the speakers.
4 not on the floor. But
Mic number 5, mic number 5. Oh my god. Microphone number 5. Mic check 5.
there, you found it.
Yeah.
Good job. 6.
Microphone number 6. This is microphone number 6. Oh no! Hello,
You'll find it.
microphone number 6. I'm just gonna keep talking.
There it is. Good, good, good. Nice.
Mic 7, this is mic 7. Testing 1, 2, 3. Mic 7. Mic 7.
No,
Mic
good.
3.
Yeah, you got it. Can we back to 6? Just double check. 6.
Double check number. Oh, this is kind of loud.
Maybe 6 a fader down. Don't mess with that main. For the gain. Okay, 7 was good, right? 8.
Microphone number 8. This is microphone number 8. Okay, I think we're good. Microphone.
9.
Mic 9, this is mic 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is microphone 9. Mic 9. This is microphone 9.
10.
Mic 10, this is mic check 10. Mic 10, this is mic 10. Microphone check 10.
Keep going. He's good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You got there. 11.
Mic number 11, this is microphone number 11. Microphone number 11. 1, 2, 3, 4.
12.
12.
Mic 12. This is mic number 12. Mic 12. Mic 12. This is mic 12. Hi everyone. Welcome to the.
Oh, I thought it was working. Do it again.
Mic 12. Mic 12. Mic 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
You
6,
find the
7,
sweet
8, 9,
spot? I
10,
think we did.
11,
Okay.
12. Mic 12.
13.
Mic 13, this is mic 13. 13, microphone 13.
A little more.
Mic 13.
Oh, found it.
This is mic 13.
14.
Mic 14, mic 14, mic 14, mic 14.
No problem. Well, okay. Now take the whole monitor mix down so it would be your main. Yeah. Nice. Welcome back to the show. All right, so we're going to get started with our first jazz piece by the Advanced Vocal Ensemble. This is a standard that we all know, Moon Glow, and it's arranged by Darman Meter. Darman Meter is the tenor and arranger in an ensemble called New York Voices, probably one of the most famous vocal jazz ensembles. He also plays tenor saxophone, as if that wasn't enough. And he arranged the song. Please enjoy Moon Glow.
It must have been moon glow.
Oh. That makes all the dropped Zoom calls like better. I could just listen to jazz all day long. It just heals all my wounds. You guys are amazing. If it sounds like they're professionals, that's because they are. They've already been on the road. We got to go sing. This was a really just a unique opportunity. Not many opportunities to travel and sing now in the COVID times, as they said. So we went to Gilbert High School, and we got to sing with all the other advanced vocal ensembles from each of the other high schools in Gilbert. And it was just awesome to just hear some jazz and share with each other. And we sang for Dr. Craig Peterson, who's the director of vocal jazz studies at Mesa Community College. So he just loved it, we loved it, and we got like sandwiches. We got to eat in a picnic out of the grass. It was amazing. Those are the field trips we get nowadays. So we're gonna sing one more song for you. This is Call Me, features 4 soloists and some improv vocal scat. This is Ethan Johnson first, and then Katarina Stender, and then Iman Masood, and then Noah Skilly. Enjoy Call Me, arranged by Rosanna Eckert.
Just call me, tell me
soloists. Right here. Fantastic. And Alex down in the pit. Make sure they're all muted and you guys can get those mics out of the way. And last but not least, look at them. They're already rip-roaring, ready to go. Come on down, Chorale. So Chorale is our mixed ensemble for young ladies and young men. And they are mostly juniors and seniors. We have some sophomores in there. We even have, top secret, 2 freshmen. I won't tell you who they are. They're awesome. They're rock stars. And they're going to perform 3 pieces for you as well tonight. And you'll see all these folks here will just kind of pull this Navy SEAL operation and assimilate into this choir. That's because they are all part of Chorale as well. So really cool that we have a music program at GCA that on top of the incredible academic rigor gives these students the opportunity to be in 2 musical ensembles, and also in cases like Jacob Gailey, you heard him play before, he plays in our symphonic strings and also sings in chorale. So there's just, you know, a really, really, a lot of opportunities provided to these students, and I really appreciate the sacrifices that they make and that you make and that some of our other teachers make in order to make that happen. So up next is Chorale. They're gonna start with a song not in English. Well, okay, part of it is not in English. It's in Latin, everybody's favorite language. Let's hear it for Latin. Come on, 7th graders, 8th graders. Yeah. There is some Latin. You're not allowed to have an opinion until you've memorized the song, right? That's the rule. So there is some Latin in here. You'll hear them say, ad astra per aspera, to the stars through hardship. And then they also say, movere de inceps sine cura post omnes. Move forward, look upward, leave all cares behind. I could not think of a better text for these times. Please enjoy Jacob Narvarud's Ad Astra.
Astra per aspera,
Whew. These lights are hot. Next is our jazz piece. Doing things a little out of order here. Everybody else did their jazz song last. We decided to do it now. This is called It Had to Be You, or as we affectionately have renamed it, It Had to Be Caitlin. Because, oh no, we should have called it It Had to Be Chew. Oh! So funny. It would have been funny if I figured it out like a couple weeks ago. Caitlin Chu is our featured soloist in this song, and it also happens to be a song that is the personal favorite of one of our GCA teachers, Mr. Johnson. Where's he at? Where's Mr. Johnson? Is he back there? They're pointing at him somewhere. He's a longtime choir appreciator and a singer in the, let's see if I can get it right here, the All-American Boys Chorus, yes? He says yes, all right, I remembered it. Sang in the All-American Boys Chorus just a few years ago when he was a young adolescent himself, and knew this song. Came into choir rehearsal once and just started singing along while we were in the middle of singing it. So it was like, oh, all right, I think Mr. Johnson likes this song. This is for you. It Had to Be Chew. Caitlin Chu. Fantastic. And now for our final closer tonight, we just had to put this song at the end of the concert. This summer, I befriended a composer. I was working on our summer choir conference, and she was actually kind of the inspiration behind this whole composer project that we've been working on this entire semester. She had been a choir director for most of her adult life and just recently happened into composing almost on accident. Her name is Sherry Blevins, and she composed this piece after her close friend and her vocal coach told her about a near-death experience that she had had while swimming off the shore of Hawaii. And so here is Sherry Blevins to tell you in her own words about this composition.
Hi, my name is Sherry Blevins, and I'm so excited that the chorale is singing Breath of Life. that was written in honor of my music teacher and mentor and voice coach. It's basically an epic battle about woman against nature. So it's a story of survival. It's a story about how breathing is everything, and especially in times of COVID, I know that folks can relate about that thing about needing air and needing to relax and to feel the calm that you feel when you take a deep breath. So I hope you enjoy the chorale and Mr. Gibson doing Breath of Life.
Seems too deep, and waves of fear confound you. When your choices seem to bleed, the magnitude astounds you. The distant shore has disappeared.
Thank you all so very much. Thank you to Dan Hood and Casey Froughton, our administration, for supporting us. Thank you for being here. Thank you, YouTube folks, for being here on YouTube and checking in with us. We will see you back here in May for our Pops concert. Drive safe, have fun.